back. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.
All right, that's the only time Ultravox is being played on CL 650. The great song Sleepwalk from the early 80s. We are talking with Farouk Manji from SleepShop, the sleep experts. And how much is your family still involved in the business other than yourself? Do you have other family members?
Yeah, my dad's still involved to this day on a fairly regular basis. And then my mom also helps out part-time as well.
Okay, that's good to know. And hiring people for your shops must be tricky because you want to keep them long-term, and because with that you gain that experience and knowledge you can pass on to new customers, right? So
Yes.
You must have some people you've had around a while.
Yeah, no, we've been very fortunate, touch wood. We've all our staff have been around with us for a number of years. And as we continue to grow, we're just, adding more people to our team. So it's exciting times.
So by the end of the year, you'll have your North Shore location.
That's correct.
Okay, good. All right. Now, last time we talked, we actually didn't do a lot of talking. Our guest did a lot of talking. Dr. John Fleetham, he's at the UBC Hospital Sleep Disorder Program, helped found that. And also, when we talked to him, we found out that Vancouver, this sleep disorder program, and I think one other in Boston, are the number 1 and 2 sleep disorder clinics in the world.
It's amazing.
Yeah, we have this great resource here. So what did you take away from the conversation with Dr. Fleetham?
I mean, the number one thing for me was just I wasn't aware of the number of people that are actually suffering from sleep disorders. And there's such a variety of sleep disorders out there. I didn't realize that through the course of the night, how many times your body just shuts off, especially those that suffer from sleep apnea. You stop breathing completely, and this is
for a minute and a half.
Yeah, up to a minute and a half. And this is normal for some people.
And it was hundreds of times during the night.
That's right. It was amazing.
And I said, well, what's the difference between somebody who is just a good snorer and somebody who has sleep apnea? And he said, well, it's all on the same scale because snoring is the sort of the beginning of sleep apnea.
That's right.
You're restricting airflow into your body. So it was a real eye opener. And we didn't hear 20 years ago about sleep apnea. Now we hear so many people that use the CPAP machines and what have you.
Yes. We also found, it's actually interesting, in our store, we've been tracking the number of elevation pillow wedges that we've been selling. And since the show, as all the staff kind of listened to the show and kind of got themselves a little more educated, we're now showing this to every single customer.
Really?
And almost 50% are now buying this with their new mattress.
I have to come into the shop and look at it because I still can't see how that could be comfortable if you have a wedge and you're sleeping on an angle. But you say it's comfortable.
It's extremely comfortable.
So how does it work? And what kind of angle are you on?
So you're about at 18-degree angle. So you're about, you're elevated approximately 10 inches from the bed. And then you use your own pillow. Now, you can't use it if you're a front sleeper, obviously. So it's primarily for back sleepers, but it is comfortable enough that you could actually sleep on your side.
Because I'm a side sleeper. I fall asleep on my side and then I roll onto my back sometime during the night.
Yeah, and it can definitely be used in that fashion. So it basically, from your torso or just a little lower than your torso, right up to your shoulders, or up to your head, you lay on this wedge. The wedge is designed with a really comfortable, soft bamboo fabric, and then there's about an inch of gel memory foam on top of the foam block.
So that's really comfortable.
It's extremely comfortable. So, it doesn't give you any pressure points. You don't feel anything rigid. And it's a very consistent support. So it's not like propping up 3 to 4 to 5 pillows trying to create that angle.
Right.
So this works.
And what are the customer reports?
Excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, people have come back and bought them for their second home or in other place where they're traveling. I mean, people really, really like this.
And what does it help alleviate?
So it can help with sleep apnea. It can help with acid reflux. It can help with lower back issues. We've found pregnant women see value in using this to sleep upright a bit. And then just for lifestyle, if you read in bed or you do work in bed, you're using your laptop or iPod or just watching TV. I mean, not that that's a good thing in your bedroom, but if you do have any of those things or do any of those things before you go to sleep, having this wedge really helps.
What about snoring?
Snoring, it'll help as well. Now, we do have a couple of pillows that are designed for
over your face. Your spouse is like, I'll show you how to use that pillow. Stuff it in their mouth.
Exactly.
Okay, sorry, I got a little sidetracked there.
We digress a bit. But no, the elevation.
That's the first thing that came to mind.
Cover them up.
Yeah.
The pillow, there's a couple of pillows that are good for that, as well as the wedge.
And how does the pillow help with snoring?
Well, it's the base of your neck, and if it creates the right elevation and pitch, it'll open up the passageway, and that'll help to alleviate the snoring.
And I also learned that when we had Dr. Fleetum on, is that when you put weight on, you put on weight on your chin and around your neck.
That's
right. But he said that fat is also growing inside too.
Yes.
So it's restricting your airway. So that's often why they say for people who suffer from sleep apnea, you need to lose weight and stay away from alcohol, those sorts of things, because that's what triggers it.
Exactly.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, now it's summer, and we haven't had a home run summer, but we've had some pretty hot days as well. I mean, we've had a mix of sort of sunny, hot weather and some cool weather. But when it's hot and it's summertime, windows are open. You might not have air conditioning. Or most people in Vancouver don't. And you have trouble sleeping. Like, what can you do? What's your suggestion for people on hot nights and how to get a good night's sleep? Because it's noisier, the dog down the lane is barking, that sort of thing.
I mean, there's a whole host of things that are happening out there.
Yeah.
In your match, in terms of in your bed, there are probably two key things that people can do right away. Number one is to make sure that the sheets that you're using are all natural. So you can either get bamboo sheets, which are very cool to sleep on. There are all cotton sheets as well. But you have to watch with the cotton sheets that make sure that you don't get a very high thread count. Often people think the higher the thread count, the better the quality. And yes, that may be so to a certain point, but also the higher thread counts restrict airflow.
Sure.
So that will create
the tighter the weave, right?
That's exactly it. So that'll create, there won't be as much breathability, and it'll be a little bit warmer.
Sometimes when it's so hot, you're just lying on top, with the fan on you, hoping to get to sleep.
Yes.
But that's, and also, I don't even know why they sell these anymore, but the mattress cover that has any polyester in it,
Yes.
Why would anybody buy that? Because if you've ever slept on one, it's hot, right?
It is.
And so you got to go cotton.
You do have to go cotton. And that's the duvet you're referring to?
No, the actual mattress cover. The mattress protector, yeah.
Yes, the mattress protector. Yeah, exactly. There's far and few between now that even have those available. But we now just basically sell, there's new fibers and material out there now that for the protectors that are waterproof and breathable at the same time.
My son has one of those.
Yes.
Yeah, and he got one, and I was like,
great.
how can that be comfortable? But then he swears, he says it's great.
Yeah. And on another show, we can even talk about these different performance type of mattress protectors that actually help. Different ones will help the body rejuvenate through the course of the night. It'll help recovery. There's others that will help in case you have severe allergens. They have silver infused, so it'll be completely antibacterial. And we've got ones that are just plain cotton, terry cotton cloth cover, which they're not waterproof, but they act as a protector.
And there's wool as well. You can get ones with wool.
Yes, absolutely. You can get ones that are lined with wool, which help promote your quality of sleep. They help with breathability. And then it's what you're covering yourself with. So you can get these duvets that are weighted differently. So they'll, depending on the ounces of the material that's inside. So you'll have summer weight duvets, winter weight duvets, and then you can get ones that are in between.
And is it still down is the best?
Down is probably the best, but there are a lot of people who are allergic to feather.
Sure, yeah.
So you can get synthetic filled fiber that are blended with a gel. which will kind of promote the coolness. But the biggest key is making sure that the shell of the duvet is 100% cotton.
Right.
So at least that part breathes. And if it's not too heavy, you can actually get a good quality synthetic duvet, which is not weighted too much, but just enough so that you can use in the summer and they're not too bad.
Yeah, because that's the trick is to get to sleep, right? And sometimes you're just flopping around and you're too hot and you don't know what to do. And now, is there anything when it comes to heat that certain mattresses will absorb heat or hold heat? I know in the past it was the memory foam ones were warmer, you ran a little hotter. Is that still true today?
It is still true today. There are some foam mattresses, there are some foam product that's used in the traditional coiled mattresses, which can retain the heat because they're not open cell in structure, so it doesn't allow for the air to continually flow through. So you should ask those kind of questions in terms of what is the kind of foam that's used, where is the foam manufactured, what's the quality of the foam, what's the density of the foam. These are all questions that you can ask anywhere you go to buy a mattress.
Well, SleepShop, because you're the sleep experts, you can answer those questions where you might go to a big box store and the person just looks at you with Bambi eyes. What? Where's the foam? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing is if you have, say, the very, very popular memory foam mattress that isn't going to be breathing and retaining heat, and then you put something on top of it, it's still going to hold the heat, right?
It will still hold the heat to a point.
Yeah.
So anything natural that's on top
will help.
Will definitely help. But making sure that the foam that's in there is open cell, the fibers that are used on the top where creates the quilted material that's tied to the mattress.
Mm-hmm.
Again, making sure there's either wool, it's cotton, or it's silk. And some will say, and this is an important part, that in terms of the marketing material that's given to all of our retailers in terms of what's in the mattress, they never tell you the content of wool or cotton or silk.
Right.
And you can get that information. So just making sure that it's not 7 or 10%, because that's not going to make any difference.
Yeah, it's like when you say you read something that says it's made with real juice. Well, it's 1% real juice. The rest is just sugar, right?
That's right?
So you have to know what the percentage of the natural fibers that are in there.
Exactly.
So obviously someone at SleepShop will know that, or they can look it up or call or what have you,
or
right?
we can find out, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about hotels and the sort of secret of what makes a great bed, because often you go to a nice hotel and you get a great night's sleep when you come back to your bed and you're like, I wish I had that in my house. We'll find out about that next on CL 650.
Celebrating the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.